In August 2017, Department of Education Secretary Leonor Briones signed the Philippine Professional Standards for Teachers or PPST into policy through DepEd Order No. 42 Series 2017. The policy states, among others, that the PPST shall be used as a basis for all learning and development programs for teachers. The Department of Education is committed to supporting our continuing professional development. As a student teacher, understanding the PPST is crucial in order for me to grow and flourish in my profession. The PPST identifies what I'm expected to know, be able to do, and value in my profession. Here are my experiences and practices throughout this practice teaching anchored by PPST. Every day in our teaching profession is an opportunity for us to share with our diverse learners our knowledge of content within and across curriculum teaching areas. In one of my lessons, I integrated the structure of a house in relation to the lesson of outlining. With this, my students easily grasp the keys of the topic. Before building a house, there should be an outline first of the structure of it so that the builders will be guided in their construction. In relation to our lesson, there must be an outline first of the ideas and information so that students will be guided on how they will write and compose a certain writing. As proficient teachers, we come to class every day with the hope that we will make learning for every learner meaningful. Equipped with sufficient knowledge and skills, we embrace the world of diverse learners. One of the challenges we face is how to engage them into classroom activities that foster critical, creative, and higher-order thinking skills. Here are some of the teaching strategies I implemented in order for my students to learn and be engaged in the discussions. More than making our learners remember what we teach, we also want them to use the knowledge they learn to analyze problems, evaluate options, and create solutions. This can only be possible when learners are provided with classroom environments that develop and nurture their thinking skills. As part of our DepEd mission, we'd like to ensure that our learners are in a child-friendly, safe, and motivating environment by establishing sets of routines and procedures in the classroom. More importantly, we know that classroom management does not end with managing learners' behavior. We also manage our classroom structure and activities because we aim for a classroom that runs smoothly so that maximum learning can be attained. As classroom managers, we do have the responsibility to equip our learners with skills to build their sense of community, to improve academic performance, and to prepare them to be productive individuals. With positive and non-violent discipline, our learners will see a connection among their behavior, the personal consequences, and the impact of their actions to others. Here, we work as a team, and I provide the realistic and helpful practices on managing learner behavior constructively by applying positive and nonviolent discipline to ensure learning-focused environment anchored in the Philippine Professional Standards for Teachers or PPST. In order to sequentially implement teaching and learning process, a step is to plan the lesson. It is identifying concepts in planning and managing developmentally sequenced teaching and learning processes, following curriculum requirements, and anchoring these processes on various teaching contexts. Careful planning and management preserves quality teaching and learning processes in our respective classrooms. Our profession demands collaboration so we can continuously improve our teaching learning processes. As members of our school communities, we need to participate in various activities that highlight collaboration with our colleagues. Collegial discussions are generally built on feedback, whether they are about teacher performance or learner performance. My post-conference with my city after classes is an example of participation in collegial discussions. Through this, I learned to develop trust and respect for my colleagues because they can provide with significant feedback which I can utilize to enrich my teaching practices. Likewise, my commitment to apply whatever learnings I have gained from these professional collaborations will contribute immensely to the enrichment of my teaching practices. As teachers, we are expected to provide appropriately developed teaching and learning resources to effectively deliver our lesson. These teaching and learning resources support the learning experience of learners in order to enhance their academic achievement. The proper selection, development, organization, and utilization of teaching and learning resources, including ICT, helps enhance and maximize learners' participation through providing them with teaching and learning resources that can be seen or heard, which provide concrete experiences about the lessons. I use Kahoot, quizzes, Gymkit, and Jamboard in executing my daily lessons. These ICT tools not only give vibrancy to the classroom setting by adding color and appeal to the learners, but also help me to address the learning goals. As teachers, we must be able to grasp assessment as integral part of the teaching and learning process that allows us to track and measure learners' progress and adjust instruction accordingly. I employed summative assessment strategies to identify learner achievement. I assess the learners individually through unit tests after finishing a module. These assessments are crafted based on cognitive process dimensions. As proficient teachers, we are expected to continuously assess and monitor learners' performance as part of classroom instruction. This is to determine whether our instructional strategies are working well for all learners and to identify learners who need instructional interventions. We also need to evaluate how effective our learner programs are and what adjustments can be done in the way we teach our learners. This section focuses on teachers' personal growth and professional development. It accentuates teachers' proper and high personal regard for the profession by maintaining qualities that uphold the dignity of teaching, such as caring attitude, respect, and integrity. This domain values my personal and professional reflection and learning to improve practice. It recognizes the importance of teachers assuming responsibility for personal growth and professional development for lifelong learning. Here are some of the feedbacks I received from my students that fuel me to give my best in this career path. Here are the related works and activities that I accomplished that contributed to my teaching and learning experience. This student teaching experience allows me to put everything that I've learned about education and subject matter into action. I get to test the waters under the supervision of one experienced teacher who guided me along and helped me become the kind of teacher what I want to be. The things you watch from this video are just some of the highlights of my teaching internship anchored by the PPST. I am now wholeheartedly closing this chapter and now ready to enter a new season.